Hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode of K&K Real Talk. Today I have Nadia Okamoto with me, and she wrote the book Period Power. So, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and about your Period Power movement?
Yeah, so my name is Nadia Okamoto. I'm 21 years old and I'm a rising junior at Harvard College. And I'm currently taking time off from school right now to really focus on this period activism. So I'm the founder and executive director of a nonprofit called Period Schmooze. And we are a global youth-run NGO that's fighting to end period poverty and period stigma through service, education, and advocacy. And we do this all through the global distribution of period products, trying to change the way people think, talk, and live about period through education. And we're doing advocacy and policy from the local to the federal level about getting period products to people who need them. And to do all of this, we mobilize young people. So we now have almost 400 campus chapters at universities and high schools around the US.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's been really exciting. And I think I started this organization when I was 16 and published my book, Period Power, and Manifesto for the Menstrual Movement last year. So it's been really exciting just to kind of see how the book has really established, I think, Period and this organization as some of the thought leaders in the movement, which is super exciting.
What inspired you to write your book?
I mean, I think I wanted to write my book just sort of realizing that this movement was not just like students organizing or just young people doing something they're passionate about. I really felt like we were onto something that was much bigger than us. It was like this social and systemic change. And I knew that I was one part of a much larger movement. And if I could try to figure out a way to write a document that would bring together a lot of the chapters and different activists just around a coherent agenda that we could unite around. I really felt like that was needed, especially in seeing how many period activists were coming up. And so I kind of wrote it as a testament to this movement is important and urgent, but also as a way to bring together all the different people in the movement to try to not have it be as fragmented.
Wow, that's amazing. And you're so young
Oh, thank you.
to be doing something so big. So, what was it that inspired the movement, and why is it so important?
So I founded this organization inspired by just my family's own experience with housing instability, but also at the same time talking to many homeless women who are in much worse living situations and hearing their stories of using toilet paper and socks and brown paper grocery bags and cardboard to take care of their periods.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some horror stories
Yeah,
about period products and women being homeless, and just the lack of access to
exactly.
products and pink tax, and
Yeah,
there's so much surrounding one
yeah,
topic, and it's crazy how much it affects all of the women and transgender, and
yeah,
it just affects so many people, and we don't ever talk about things like periods and endometriosis and PCOS. Like, it's
yeah.
still taboo to talk about those things. So shedding light on the fact that it is inaccessible for some people to get period products.
Exactly. And that's big part of what we're trying to do, just normalize it. We're not trying to say, have this new revolutionary idea about periods. We're just saying, just treat it like how it is. It's a normal thing to talk about.
So what do you hope to gain with the movement in the book?
We're fighting for menstrual equity. So trying to fight for, yeah, definitely getting period products to people who need them, but also trying to repeal the tampon tax in the remaining 35 states and pass legislation like getting period products in all school restrooms.
Yeah, I know that a lot of high school people
Yeah,
go to high school and they don't have those products, and they're looking for to their guidance counselor to kind of
exactly.
provide those products.
And a lot of our chapters are doing that in their own areas, or we're doing that work to really try to get more attention to this. And we've already passed a number of pieces of legislation in it, which is super exciting too.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see more. But we've been doing a lot of national campaign work, just trying to, get people, legislators, to take this movement seriously, and have passed a number of pieces of legislation about period products in school restrooms in the last year, which has been really amazing to watch.
Wow, it's just booming in the last year. You must be so busy.
More like a little bit tired, but I mean, it's just been really exciting to see, for sure.
So my last question is, what do you want the world to know about period power in your movement?
I think what I would want people to know is just that there's so many ways to get involved, that it can be just as easy as just like turning to your neighbor and starting conversations about period poverty and raising awareness. And it doesn't take too much to like take action. And I think a lot of people maybe get scared about taking action because they don't think they're qualified enough. They're not sure what to do. And I think what I try to urge people is like, you just turn and you start talking about it, and you just have to start going for it.
I love it. I definitely encourage people to be more open. I mean, about
Yeah,
everything. I talk about everything, period, sex, endo. I talk about it all, and I encourage everyone to be
yeah,
as open as I am. Everyone does it. It's a part of the world. Every woman has a period.
exactly.
More than half the population menstruates. So
Exactly.
it's a giant movement that needs to take
Yeah.
place.
Yep. And that's all what our work is about.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Of
And
course. Thank
Nadia,
you.
and sorry,
Oh, just a thank you for having me.
no problem. If you want to ask Nadia any other questions, let me know in the comments and we can have her on again. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Monday.